Hello and welcome! My name is Ajaxpost and this is the start of a new series of Definitely Not Fried Chicken. Oh yes, it's back on the channel. Why is that? Well, because they've only gone and released it. Yep, it's only been in early access for actually what's that, 8 months or so. It was released into early access after a time of betas, to be honest, back in January 2023, and now, as of the 29th of September 2023, the game is at release 1.0.2. Yeah, they had to make a slight fix to it before they actually officially released it. And heads up, and for the purposes of transparency, I've been very generously given a early access key to this release build by the developers, publishers and the marketing people over there at Merge Games and Dope Games, all those lovely people. Thank you so much for that. Yes, I've been given a slightly early access, so at this point in time, tomorrow is when the game is going to be released, hopefully. And I'm sure it will be. They've seemed to have everything properly in order. So let's have a look at what's happened. It's been a little while since I last played it, and they've made a lot of changes, and I think we should now have everything that we were expecting to be released through the early access period. So we now have a complete list from cannabis right through meth up to cocaine for our drugs trade, and we have lots of extra little features and stuff in here as well to play with. But first off, you may notice it looks a little bit different. It looks even more different when you get into it. Yes, a quick look around the front menu, just a quick heads up about what it looks like. We'll start with the settings, as I like to do, and this is the first glimpse of the new UI style. Lots of dark grey boxes with black and white, so it's all very contrasty, so it's fairly easy to see what's going on. And I'm going to have to say it here, my first serious problem with the game, and I really do not like this. I said this all the way through early access and nobody was listening. I'm very annoyed, really. You can only have one save per game. Yep, so you start off a map and design your game, and unlike, say, Civilization or Transport Fever or Cities Skylines or any of those other games that we love to play, this one tries to pretend to be a Iron Man and says, no, if you get it wrong, you're stuffed. You cannot have more than one save to try out a few different tactics. I don't like that personally. I don't understand why they've done it, but that's the way it is. So I've turned my autosave frequency to never. So it's entirely at my discretion as and when I save the game, which means it better not bug out on me. So it better not crash, otherwise I will get very cross indeed. So yeah, it's my first complaint, and I will leave it there for you to ponder on and consider your view on the matter. Audio, we've got lots of controls here. We can mute everything. We've got all the controls over what loudness everything is. Graphics, I don't think much has changed here. I've set everything to high with a standard resolution for the screen that I've got. Controls, I honestly can't remember how much of this was customizable before, but as you can see, most of the main controls are customizable. You can rebind those as you need to, as you see fit. But I'm not going to change anything there. I'm going to go back out of there. We're going to start a brand new game. We're not going to go through the tutorial. That's actually my second complaint. It's not a serious one as such, but if you are brand new to the game and you've not watched my videos or any of the other YouTubers who's produced sort of introductory videos for the game, the tutorial works, and it takes you through the basics that you need to get a business up and going and the key components of the UI. But it's not very smooth to my mind. It's a little bit clunky in places, and it's not an easy progression through what you need to do. It works, but you may need to sort of go back and double check and perhaps visit YouTube or Google or Steam just to confirm that you actually understand how everything works. Anyway, I'm going to miss the tutorial off because I think I know what I'm doing. Famous last words. And we're going to call our game Ajax Bad, because I'm breaking badly. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's start this. a little bit of a loading screen to give you a clue as to what your factory, your drugs empire might start out looking like. This is quite a large cannabis farm. It's going to take me a little while to get there, but you never know. And here we are. And, oh, right, we're given no introduction. If you go through the tutorial, it gives you an introduction to sort of the background, the conceit of the game. That we're moving into a very lovely little town in the middle of somewhere or other, and we're about to corrupt it, essentially. So we're going to start off as we normally do. We're going to buy, well, actually not buy, we're going to, we're buying plots of land, aren't we? I've forgotten how all this works already. I need to build. Do I need to build? No, I need to... No, not purchasing. This is the factory. So how do we work here? You don't tell me I've forgotten already. We're going to build... Oh, we need to buy some land. So where am I going to do that from? Factory. Here. Right. Yes, so our first couple of plots, I think, should be free. So as you can see, the UI is quite different. But it's not always as intuitive. There's no... From what I can see here, no tooltips. I like tooltips. I mean, these icons here, you get to know what they are, but they're not always, for the first time player at least, they're not always intuitive. Icons should either be absolutely intuitive worldwide, everyone knows what they mean without thinking before clicking on them, or they should have tooltips to say, this is the button you want because it does this. I'm not seeing tooltips. So if I come out of there, am I doing... Nope, no tooltip. I'd like tooltips, please. Anyway, we're going to buy... we'll buy the standard plot. So we'll buy you. Go to subplots. Oh, the subplots. Okay, so it did tell me there what I needed to do. Subplots. There you go. So I'm going to buy that plot. Yes, for nothing. And I can buy 2 plots for nothing. After this, we're going to start paying good money for each area of this little park where we're going to build our drugs factory. Do I want it there or do I want it there? We'll keep it in the same old routine. I won't mess around too much, so we'll buy that there. If I want to move here, it's going to cost me 11,000. I've got only 40,000 to play with. That's one point. I didn't see any difficulty levels in the game. I wonder if there are such things. Okay, so that's it. We now need to build. And we're going to need to build a growing room. Oh, no, the first thing I want to do, actually, is on the subplots, I need to put a road in. So I can connect our garages to the road. So if I put that in, yes, so the garages will sit here. That's fine. That's good. So that's that done. So we're going to build. We're going to build. Actually, what I'll do is we'll put the garage down first. This is not the way the tutorial tells it. So yeah, bear that in mind. But then the tutorial does make slightly more sense in terms of the progression. But I'm doing this because I want to know the layout of the land here and how much room I've got. So if I put that there, okay, that may not be the best decision I've ever made, but I'm stuck with it now. And we'll put our storage room here. We'll build this, and it's going to go along here. Again, if you do the tutorial, you'll get some clue as to how big your rooms need to be. We'll do that. Okay. And we will then put in... Do I want corridors? Well, yeah, we'll put some corridors down. You see, got tooltips here. It'd be nice if there were tooltips everywhere. So if we put a bit of a corridor down there, okay, and then we'll have our growing room. And we've only got cannabis at this stage of the game. We haven't researched or unlocked the meth or the cocaine, so we can only build a growing room for our cannabis. So this room, we're going to build it here. I think that looks big enough-ish, I think, to start with. Okay, we're going to need some doors. So what doors do we have for the corridor? Do we have any fancy protective doors? No, we've got to unlock all the strong doors. An airlock. Oh, handy. Yes. That comes in very handy later on. So we'll put that door... Actually, I'll move this... I'll send this corridor out to there. Yeah. Ooh, and put that door there for the time being, so that I can then, on my growing room, you don't actually need to select the room to put doors in. The doors are ubiquitous. Whichever room type you need, you select, the doors will work. They're not unique to the room. So if we put you there, and we'll put you there, that might work. Okay, for the storage room. Okay, now in our growing room, we're going to be growing cannabis. We're going to need some growing beds. Now, because we've played this before, I know that as soon as I deliver my first lot of cannabis, my factory here is going to be raided. I'm going to keep everything small to start with. Not by clicking right click to disable it, but putting that in there, say. Okay, and we're going to have a drying table along there, and a cutting table in there. Okay, yep. So that is the complete production process for cannabis. So these three parts of the process are all ticked now, which means I can grow cannabis. I've got everything I needed to. If any of these rows was not ticked, if I didn't have an item from each of these three rows, I would not be able to grow cannabis. Well, I wouldn't be able to complete the production process to then sell it onwards. Now at the moment, my cannabis here is very poor quality. Anything that grows in there will be bad quality, 1 star. Now these tables and these drying and cutting tables here will accept excellent quality cannabis, so they will support that if they get it delivered to them. Now to make my cannabis better here, I will want to put in some lights, as it suggests there. Ideal light value is between 50 and 100. It is currently dark in that room, so I want to put some lights in, which is the area of effect emitter. And I'll put one of these lights in, and we'll put you there. Now that's interesting. Oh, I know why, because in the tutorial you put 2 lights in, which is okay. And the thing is, if we come out of move mode, if I click on that, you'll see the light. Let's take the walls down for a second. Where's the walls option? Is that there? That's there. We'll take all the walls down for a second. So if I click on this, then that is giving out 60 units of light, which cost me $40 per day. But I don't need it to create good cannabis. I've got 3-star cannabis there. If I reduce the quality of that light... No, I haven't got much choice really, have I? Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to follow the guidance of the tutorial and put another of these beds in. Okay, and then move you to there and put another light in. I can't duplicate that, can I? It'd be nice if you could. Whoops. Where's it gone? Where has it gone? There you are. Yeah. If you right click an item, apart from a garage, most items, if you right click on them, they aren't sold, but they are just removed from your building and put into your inventory, which is why you see the number 1 there, meaning this is in my inventory. I haven't sold it yet. And if I put you there, right, now all 3 of my cannabis beds are now showing excellent quality cannabis. And I can get an idea of why that is by going into the overlay, which is here. No, is it here? Yes, area of effect overlays. I'm looking for the light one here. And as you can see here, having two lights emitting 60 each means I get a huge amount of light in this area where the lights are, gradually decreasing as we get deeper into the room. Now this means I can actually reduce the cost of each of these lights by reducing the amount they emit to say 50. Actually possibly even, no, actually leave it 50 there, and on the other one 50. You can't see the number between between underneath the beds there, but if I hover over here, you can see that is 60, which is well within the ideal area for 3-star cannabis. Now if I reduce them a bit further, and the beauty of reducing them is it reduces the cost if you're not putting out so much light. If I reduce that to 45, and this one here also to 45. I could type the number in there if that was easier. That's still excellent. I see it's 46, so say 45. 45, that's better. I've still got 3 beds of excellent cannabis. That's spot on. Okay, so we'll get rid of that overlay, which was there. That's good, we don't need to see that anymore. It will confuse me. This is our storeroom. And in a storeroom, we've got the door. We need a boxing table to box our goodies up. Rotate by pressing R. We'll have some shelves because we won't necessarily be able to ship it all out immediately. If I put the shelves there, that should work. Okay, so we've got a basic production unit. We're going to hire some staff shortly, but I think we may need to create some rooms for them to cater for their essential needs, which will include a toilet. So we'll build a toilet room here. So I've clicked build there, that's good, and it doesn't need to be very big. That should be big enough, I think, to put all I want in. Actually, no, we'll make the corridor to there. I'm not using every acre of space here to keep my costs down because I don't like spending vast amounts of money. Okay, we want a toilet cubicle. We'll just put one in. We want. Oh, do I want a shower? Well, actually, we'll put a shower in as well to keep my people clean. We want a hand basin and a dryer. Good. Okay. So we now have a workable factory. We can grow stuff, we can box it and ship it out. Excellent. And when we get staff, they have somewhere to keep themselves clean. Do we want a restroom or a bedroom? I'm going to say, oh, that's the restroom, the breakout room as they call it. We could give them one of those. Oh, yes, let's do that. Now, actually, I'm a feeling if I put this break room along here, can I actually put the door? I can't put it there because it's in the way of the other one. So I'll make this restroom bigger. Yes, I'll make the restroom bigger. Along there. Well, I still can't put the... No. It needs to be the corridor. So select the corridor. We're in build mode. Put the corridor... No. Click it so it's on. That's it. And then I can put the door to the breakout room in there. I could put it there actually. Yeah. So if I take that and move it to there. Good. Yep, that makes sense to me. It may make sense to nobody else at all, but there you are. So my breakout room, I will give them a sofa to sit on. We'll use this sort of orange one, I think. Rotate you. That's good. We'll have a TV in there so they can relax. They can watch that. A coffee machine. Ooh, that's expensive. Yeah, we'll put that in there, and perhaps also a snack machine. Yeah. Good. Because the staff in your factory don't ever go home. Well, they didn't used to. I haven't played that far yet in this new build of the game. We shall see. Staff, that's what we want next. So, we're going to go to employees. We're going to employ a couple of workers. We can employ 4 staff here. Does it tell me that anywhere? Yeah, 0 out of 4 it says there. So each plot of land you buy, this hasn't changed, will give you 2 members of staff. So we'll need to buy more land if we need to employ more staff, which we will fairly soon, I think. But we can start quite easily with... I'll start actually with... Yeah, we'll start with 2 members of staff. Okay, Crystal and Justin. And Crystal Scott, we will give you... In your inventory, we'll give you some cannabis gardening gloves, which makes it more efficient. Whatever the cooldown time is, it makes you more efficient with cannabis. So we'll give you that, and there you go. And for Justin, we'll do the same thing. Where's your inventory? We'll give you those gloves as well, so you can get on with producing stuff. Okay. Oh, I need to give you tasks, don't I? So you're growing cannabis. Now, does this tell me... Yeah, it doesn't really tell me what these are. Again, it would be nice if you had some sort of tooltip. So you're going to grow cannabis and also pack it into the dispatch van or moped as we've got at the moment. Both guys will do that. Okay. Schedules. So at the moment, what schedules do we have? How do you go to schedules? Schedule, there you are. So we'll call this one S1. Give it a name. And this is what they do. They work, they take breaks. That's working quite a lot, isn't it? So again, this is fair. You have to click into each hour, which is a little bit clunky and cumbersome. But this is the way it works. So I'll have you 4 hours on and 1 hour off, and you can be off there, and you can be working there and off. Am I giving them breaks here, doing nothing? It looks like I am. Okay, so if we duplicate this schedule, we'll call this one S2. Okay. But in this one, we'll have them taking the break earlier. That's it, I think. And that will be there. And you can have a break there as well. Okay, I think that works. So we've got 2 schedules now. So our individual people. So we'll have Crystal working on schedule S1. And Justin can work on schedule, if I open you up, on schedule S2. Good. Which means that one of them should be doing something at all times, hopefully, unless they're taking a break or whatever else is they do. Do we want cleaners and guards as yet? Actually, I will hire a guard. These guys are more expensive. And we will open you up and give you... Well, we can either give you the baseball bat for $50, which gives very modest damage, or the samurai sword for $450. Okay, so what I'm going to do... I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to save this game by going into here, is it? Yeah, and saving my game. Saved. Lovely. So come back in here and then give this guard here just in case it all goes horribly wrong, so I can then go back and reload this save and not spend the money. Because in the previous build, during early access, the consensus was you cannot beat the attackers. When you deliver your first package of cannabis, you will be attacked. And traditionally that attack was vicious and nobody survived. Your guard, however they were armed, would never defeat the attacking force. So it's pointless having a guard, just let everybody die. But when I played the tutorial earlier, we actually beat the attackers. Now the attacks are a little bit randomised to my knowledge, so I'm hoping that by giving him a deadly weapon, it is a him, isn't it? Adam, that's a fairly masculine name. So giving him a deadlier weapon, he might have more chance of defeating the attackers and defending my property and my other staff. That's good. Now actually, do I want to give you, have we got any of these? Actually, if I give you, ooh, so we've got running shoes. Okay, we'll give you 30% movement speed. That's it. Ooh, hang on. So 30% movement speed for 380 and 290 for 50% movement speed. But that's cheaper for a better effect. Right, I'll give you that then. Which means you should get around and face any attackers that much more quickly. Do I need to do the same thing for my workers? Do I need to give you anything else? Ooh, body armour. Ah, now we've got these various costumes. Holy armour. So, this is all new. Chicken, lobster, Santa, chef, body armour, scientist, drug production appliance. Again, is that for all drugs, or is it just for those sort of appliancey type things? How that holy armour, that's quite expensive. We're not going to afford that, not for our ordinary workers, but for my guard. Actually, for their, do I want to give them faster? No, it's a small place. We don't need to make them fast. Ooh, armour is a thing there. Just notice this this bar here. Should we? Yeah, we're going to protect our guard. I've saved the game, so I'm quite happy that if it all goes wrong, I can go back and change my choices. You might call it cheating. I call it sort of balancing opportunities. That's as good a phrase as any, isn't it? Headgear. Oh yeah. But again, you can only equip them with 3 items, so you can't cover them fully, which I find annoying. But there you go. That's just me. We'll take the body armor. So the samurai armor is £5,000. And the holy armor is 2.5. Okay, we'll give him that. Oh my goodness, he shines. He's bright. He's beautiful. Wow, that's good. Okay, so those guys are going to start appearing. They're going to come here. They're going to start producing. If I get them going faster. Oh, you on a break or something? You're on a break. Okay, that's fair enough. Schedule rooms. We don't need to worry about room groups at the moment. So, actually, what I was thinking I could do here, which is why I left this gap here, is if I come back here and go to the factory. Build a corridor along. Build. That's it. A corridor along here. Okay, yeah, and where are my staff? My staff are my staff all in the building? No, I think someone's missing. Who's missing? Oh no, they're all in. Actually, what I could do is block all this up so that nobody can get in. But what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to build a little bit more corridor along here and there, and put some doors in. like there and there, which these doors don't offer any real protection to the factory, but they sort of delay the attackers, because the attackers, I think, are on a timetable. What are my staff doing? What are my staff doing? I want people, workers. On break, both on a break. What time? Oh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. No. Schedules. No, you guys need to be working. Work. You can work there. No, you can take a break there. You can work there. Work there. You can take a break there. That's it. Good. Someone's working. All right. Now, at the moment, we have nowhere to sell our produce. But what I discovered from the tutorial was that it takes a while for the produce to be prepared, cut up, dried, packed, and all the rest of it before it can be shipped out. So there's little point spending money and getting orders in until you've actually got product to ship out. So we're going to wait for them to complete one production cycle and get something stored, and then we'll look at selling it. And here we can see that my cannabis is all really excellent quality. It's still got the 3 stars. If at any point in the production it went through a stage where the star quality wasn't as good, so for example you can get different quality tables, and if there was a cutting table, oh, he's giving it to the moped driver. Right, let's pause this for a second while I discuss this little point. Yeah, if you have different quality tables, some of which don't support high quality production, then the star quality of your produce will go down, and that's indicated by this symbol here, whereas these symbols here tell you what quality product is supported, as we saw before. Okay, so my moped driver is ready to go. So what I need to do is start selling it. So what we're going to do is purchase a hotline on our telecoms mast here, £5 worth. This is a mistake I made in my previous series for the early access, is I clicked this twice because I didn't know what I was doing. So I can currently supply 3 drug types, which I imagine are the 3 different types. Oh, that's a good question. Is that the 3 different types of cannabis, or could it be cannabis and 2 types of meth, for example? Oh, I don't know. Okay, so we've got the hotline. Let's go to our dispatch map. This has changed quite a lot. It's still not perfect, I think, but it's a lot better than it was before. So we are going to be from garage 1, and you can actually if you pull that down, you can actually change the colour of the moped, so it's much easier to see which vehicle is delivering where, because they can all be colour coded, and presumably you can have yay many vehicles. So this is not going to be delivering everything, it's going to be delivering just cannabis, and it doesn't look as if you define the quality here either, which you did in the previous build. This, I think, is possibly a good simplification. Possibly. We shall see. Right, so that's basic, so we'll turn the hotline on. Good. Oh, right, someone's having a party tonight. Let's pause this here for a second. Want some stuff. Right, now, again, this is a change. From what I've seen, I've only played about 30 minutes or so following the tutorial, is all the hotline orders come in with a time limit, which is what it says in the tutorial as you go through it. But as much as possible. So the previous builds in early access, you were given a request for, say, 8 boxes, and if that order was time limited, because not all of them were, some were just sort of, just give me 8 boxes, take as long as you like. But if someone requested 8 boxes within 10, 15, 20 hours or whatever that time limit is, you didn't get paid until you delivered all of those boxes that was in that order, which kind of makes sense. But in the early game, it was so difficult to get that amount of produce shipped to that person, because they could be miles away on the map, and your vehicles, they're not fast. You seldom got it, which meant you produced all that stuff. You delivered 7 boxes of high quality cannabis. You got nothing apart from cost. So yeah, this I think is a reasonably good change, as much as possible. So I'll accept that. And if we go to our map, go to our dispatch map, here we are. So we've got orders now. So we've got as much as possible, and that is this order here. And if I click on that one, and what I can do is this garage will send it to there. Yeah, I'm still not quite sure I understand exactly which order in which you click these things, but it gets there. Okay, so as soon as this order is delivered, and they're off, they're going now. Oh no, go there. That's it. Are you going to go? Oh yes, it's delivering to Ella White, as you can see there. Good, I've got it on slow speed, which is why it's not moving very fast. But once that gets delivered, we should get some. We'll get attacked, but we'll then get some profit from it. So all this good quality cannabis is going to give us $146 per box, which is excellent. Well, it's a start at least. Oh, should we follow that? We'll follow that moped around wherever it. Oh, you're there already. Gosh. We will follow you. Again, it's simple pixel-oriented graphics, but oh, I've lost you now. Stop. Come back. Did I click? I clicked on the wrong thing, I think, didn't I? Left-clicked or something. Where are you going? Why am I not following you? You are... it says Garage 1 there. Oh, actually, that's the other thing. You can change the names of your garages. We'll call this one... oh, that's... oh, Baguette. Right. I typed in M, which is the key for going to the map, I think. Yeah. Tab or M takes you in and out of the map. Oops. Found a bug, chaps. Okay, well I was going to call that Moped 1, but I'm obviously not going to do that anymore. We're going to call this garage Cycle 1. There you are. And apparently delivering to Ella White. Why am I not following you? This is curious. Because that did work when I was doing it previously after following the tutorial. So you're up there. You don't... Are you Ella? Maybe you're Ella's mate. So no? Oh yes, you're just walking around and around. And once that person gets indoors, we should get $146. And... yes, we did. Aha! Right, so now we're going to be attacked by the Major, who's going to send his boys round and cluck us up. Yikes. Now what I could do, of course, here... well, I don't know if I can... can I do this here? What... one of the tricks we could use in early access was remove the doors. Once you got that message, then you could remove the doors. Or when your moped was en route, you could remove the doors, which meant the Major's boys were just stood out here doing nothing. Flailing around and doing nothing. Okay, so let's see what happens. Look, here they come. They've only got baseball bats. Where's my guard? Where's my guard? Get out there. Are you going to... He's killed it. And yes! So one of my guys was injured, but we have defeated the Major. Awesome. So if we have a look at my employees, so this is people and Crystal Scott. How do we look at the inventory? So your health is 84. Okay. And my other member of staff, which is you. Well, I can click on, that's easy, let's click on you there. Be nice if you could sort of click on their name and it would take you to their character panel rather than having to go to the inventory. And my guard here, well, he's in perfect working order. That's excellent. Now the thing is, in early access, at this point, we're never going to be attacked again until we start shipping meth. I don't know if that's still the case, because I've only had this game for a few hours now. We've not got that far. So I could, at this point, fire my guard and save this cost per hour. It's a whole $5 an hour. No, he's not. That's the guard. $7 an hour. I could save that cost. But you know what? We're going to leave him for the time being. And you know, the other thing we're going to do is leave. I want to. Oh, someone's watching the telly. That's fine. Let's slow this down again a little bit. Those bodies will disappear eventually. Stop following that person. What am I doing? Oh, I want to go back to the map. I wanted to... Ooh! Right, now here come the astronauts. So, this is special... These are sort of special stories within the game. As we've seen before during early access, certain locations will give you certain very specific rewards if you satisfy their needs. And those rewards can be very handy for protecting and building your business. And the astronauts can provide some very handy equipment and research. Well, they did. I don't know if that's still the case. Astronaut Jack, good day. Would you be willing to trade some of your herbs? Because Jack wants to get higher than that time he went to the moon. Hello. Have you got anything else that can help us? You know, focus. So, just wants 20 basic or bad. Oof. 20 bad drugs. Could do that, I think. So we'll accept that, but there's no time limit on this one, which is excellent. So it'll take as long as it takes. So we will do that. And scientific community will thank us. Good. Now if we go to our dispatch map, there's Astronaut Jack. And does it tell us... Minimum quantity is 1, and will they give us a reward? It doesn't tell us what the reward is. Again, I can't. Some of the rewards were pre-announced, I think, in the previous build, but this one isn't. Ooh, so this is interesting. Now, what I'm actually going to do is add a second moped and get that one to deliver to the Astronaut Jack. So we can still earn money by delivering hotline orders. Although, as we can see here, the time is running out on Ella White. Now this garage here, delivering to Ella. We've got the... Are you? Oh, you're sending a second package through. Oh, excellent. You might get there in time. But what we're going to do, we're going to be looking at these other local businesses in the next episode. And that will get us into research and stuff. And I want to go back to my... Actually, if I go... I want to go back to the factory. It's not identified here as a location, is it? Ooh. But if I go... Yeah, I need to go here, don't I, to do that, to go to the factory. There might still be a hotkey to go back here automatically, which would be a little bit quicker and easier. So what I'm going to do is we're going to finish this episode here as our first introduction to the release version of Definitely Not Fried Chicken, and I will see you in the next episode, where we will explore all the other fun things we can do in the first stages of this game. But for now, from me, Ajaxpost, taking a look a very first look at the release of Definitely Not Fried Chicken. Until the next time, bye bye for now.